as opposed to Dave Chisnall's 8th place ranking, but he does come in on a little bit of form. There's Dave Chisnall, 34 years old, from St Helens. Not had a great season really, maybe suffering just a little bit from his place in the Premier League. Some of his other performances haven't really stacked up in ranking events. Artut, well, last weekend he reached the semi-final in Crawley, beat Ian White and Steve Beaton on the way to a semi-final placing and lost there to Van Gerwen, and he lost 6-4, so that would suggest that he's throwing well.
Yeah, I mean he's capable. He's beat Chisnall before. The head-to-head's 2-1 in favour of Dave. I think he reached the final of the Grand Prix last year, and then he took an absolute shoe-in off of Taylor, and it took a while to recover from that.
6-0, wasn't it, in that World Grand Prix final?
Don't think he had to throw it a double until late in the full set.
Artut, the name would suggest that he's Turkish, wouldn't it? Well, he's actually born in Germany, but his dad's Turkish, mother German, and he is the leading German player.
60.
Most recent form again. Dave lost 6-5 to Bunting, who we'll see later.
100.
And then lost 6-1 to Caven. But looking at Caven's earlier performance, you can see why.
Jeremy Caven, if you're just joining us, came through 6-2 against Mensur Suljevic. Four 6-2s in a 6-1 so far. Chisnall, what was all that about? The shrug of the shoulders says it all.
Yeah, he had a great run at the weekend. I think it was his first PDC semi-final. Wins over Steve Grubb, Ron Mullenkamp, Chris Aubrey, Steve Beaton and Ian White.
121.
I've seen some of the averages from that day, and he had a couple in the high 90s.
Dave Chisnall went off on the World Series tour earlier in the year, didn't he? Dubai, Singapore, where he beat Phil, Perth and Sydney.
Tough job.
Not bad locations, are they?
100.
Provided you're not flying cattle class, which I suspect he wouldn't be.
They require 80.
Well, that was a let-off, wasn't it?
Certainly was. 20 for tops. Needs to move around that one.
Well, not a particularly inspiring opening leg, but Chisnall with the darts, getting his head over the line first.
Yeah, 18 darts.
93.
Served an apprenticeship as a carpenter, apparently, Artut.
100.
As is Scott Waits.
Indeed.
100.
Dave Chisnall's had wins in European Tour events in the past over here in Germany. It's more like it. Thank you very much. First maximum of the match.
The German Darts Championships last year was the winner. Also had wins in Barnsley and Crawley, Reading.
140.
You got a head-to-head between these two. Did you say it was 2-1?
Yeah, 2-1 to Dave Chisnall.
57.
No finish, of course, for Artut on 168.
Reached the final of the BDO World Championships in 2010 before making the switch.
Good first dart. Well, he was close to getting that treble 18, which would have left him with a bullseye checkout.
96. Junior corner 108.
The new trend is 419s double 16. That's the route he's gone.
Just a little check with the score
Yeah,
as to where he is.
86 left, so treble 18 should be a shot.
40.
Wrong side of the wire.
David requires 68.
Chisnall 68 for 2-0.
Took the 80 out in the first leg, clean as the whistle. Double 16.
36.
Well, Artut has seen how not to do it. See what he can do now himself. Oh, different route. 16s. Great dart.
That makes sense. Double 16's your favourite double.
German crowd wanting their favourite to prosper.
100.
Chisnall just outscoring Artut.
He outscores most players.
60.
Prolific on the 180s when he's on form.
Good cover
Thinking.
shot.
Yeah, it leaves 170. Not that Artut can hit anything to leave a finish. So he won't be going for the 170 anyway.
60. David requires 170.
Yeah, 619s leaves 36.
134.
Brilliant dart. So Chisnall to serve it out. That's the 180, putting just a little bit of pressure maybe on this throw. But double 18 for 2-1.
36.
Favourite double. Double 18.
Nines.
Lovely
Lovely adjustment. And 2-1.
Trust me, be relieved about that.
Just a noise in the crowd putting Artut off.
I think it was more the disgust of the first two darts. Low and wide. See that first treble 20 go in now. You think with Chisnall it's a 180. Four career 9 darters for Chisnall. You don't hit that many unless you hit a lot of 180s. Taylor being the exception.
The master of the treble 19.
Absolutely. Well, we're still waiting for someone to replicate the very first one, which was John Lowe 30 years ago.
Is this as long as that now?
Yeah, almost to the day. I think it was last week, 30 years ago last week, and he went 51, 54, 36. And then, only against Mr. Deller. And it was on ITV.
Indeed.
120.
They're in the archives somewhere.
Quarterfinals of the World Match Play, I do believe.
And made John a wealthy man as well, didn't he? There's a huge cash bonus on it, wasn't it? 100 grand or something?
102,000 and a high finish. And he won the tournament.
Wasn't a bad week's work.
Yeah, 115,000 I think he won. Around
130.
that figure.
Which 30 years ago was a fair whack.
Funny enough, John doesn't talk about it a lot.
174.
So Artut
January 22.
under pressure. Double 11.
Horrible double.
Oh, and he's done the unthinkable.
Well, you can't it's a non-contact sport, but you can force an error out of your opponent, and that's what Chisnall did there.
14.
Tension getting the single three, but Chisnall now surely is going to put this away for 3-1. Double eight.
Oh, pulled
Dear me.
terribly.
Dear me.
Junior requires
Dislocated his
8.
shoulder.
Double four then for 2-2. Tension. Palpable. And a really good dart that is.
Huge.
The red name to Roka. 140.
Buzzing now.
140.
Amazing how a big dart can just give that surge of inspiration.
Very jerky.
Break at the end of this leg. This is a big one. If Artut could just
60.
manage to sneak this one, well, with the support of the crowd, it would be a big one. Suddenly a little bit of tightness in
Yep.
Chisnall. No
Keeps
finish
him
for
honest.
Chisnall though.
Yeah, keeps him honest. Needs a treble. 60's not enough.
Big last dart.
Well, in terms of the fact that it's going to give him at least one dart at the ball for the leg.
What a great start.
Might go for the ball.
Oh, good
Thinking.
dart. Good call, Chris. It's on 75 now. Chisnall 84 for 3-2. Double 11.
73. Junior requires 75.
Treble 17, double 12. 2 darts at double 12. An
Surely.
unlikely lead.
Oh!
63.
Just
Three for
glanced,
double
just
four.
glanced, just grazed the barrel.
Yep. Took too big a deflection.
Double four for 3-2. He loves that part of the board. Only one dart required. He wobbled, but at the interval, he leads by 3-2. Dave Chisnall's ahead.
That's when it starts to show, and especially with Dave's action.
Not a vintage match this so far. 89 Chisnall averaging, 85 Artut.
Exciting match though. Sometimes
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
need the big numbers for an exciting match.
Tension, isn't there? There's
Yeah.
been a lot of big darts, you know, and
Yeah.
you can see that that it's affecting the players as well.
Yeah.
And of course, the home crowd very much believing, fingers crossed, that this fella can get into the next round.
Well, 134 followed by a 140. Total control of this leg, and it should be 3 apiece. But let's not forget, Artut's going to have to break the Chisnall throw to win this match.
Winner of this one would face Ian White in the next round. White, who threw so well earlier on in accounting
Impressive.
for Wes Newton. Chisnall's game thus far has not been quite there.
No, not what we expect.
59.
Well, he's a long way back, Chisnall. Needs a big score.
It's not happening.
59. Junior requires 108.
Yeah, 4 19s again, double 16.
Double 16, and what a finish that is. 3-all.
15 darts.
Roar of the German crowd.
Respectful, like that in the boxing.
Has to get the break.
140.
Artut somehow. Going with the darts. That's superb.
Put them in there. Pull them in.
Less than the head of a drawing pin.
100.
Be handy if he can do it again. Not now. And not the ideal lie there. Has to switch and comes down with a good cover shot. Big leg this one, Chris.
Well, he's sort of half got the throw. Chisnall does need trebles. Oh, he's in trouble.
97.
Good last dart.
Massive. Leaves a finish.
Another one of those would be handy.
140.
Growing in confidence. Fancying the job. Oh, treble 18 ball.
So 84 for the break against the throw. Now we see what he's made of. 14s would leave bullseye.
Double
11. He's missed this once already, I think.
62.
Yeah, he did, yeah. I'm not sure. Someone screamed out there.
Debut requires 32.
Sometimes when there's a fairly thin crowd reaction can affect players. Chisnall then. Oh, now this is big. And he got it.
The seventh leg.
Ooh. Too close for comfort.
Game on.
His heart would have been beating on that one.
And Artut, well, he might blame the crowd for missing that double 11, but that was a moment that he might just regret hugely come the end of the match.
Like you say, when there's a lot of noise, you can't hear an individual, but when it's fairly
123.
sedate, like it is now, and someone screams out, it does put you off.
60.
And he looks annoyed.
A few calls again there, and you can see him grimacing towards the crowd.
Quick this game can turn on its head.
123.
Now Chisnall in control. And Artut started the leg.
Big swing.
Why? He
All
pinches
on.
this one, he throws for the match.
And there again you see he's looking away, annoyed at his own throws and maybe looking for excuses.
Well, yeah. Not in control of his, not in control of his mind or emotions.
Chisnall not getting the big score that he'd have hoped for. It just gives Artut a glimmer of a chance.
Yeah. 6 starts now for Chisnall, 196. Love one of his 180s. It's not going to happen. He's got to be careful. Got to be careful. Oh, that's daft. In terms of golf, about course management, you know, you just need some board management.
That was an example of not thinking right, wasn't it?
Exactly. Frustration and...
151.
Artut not able to put him under pressure as he would have wished.
Treble 17 for tops.
Oh,
tops.
good dart.
Oh. 131.
Fortunately for Chisnall. Way back. 189 Artut.
100.
So for 5-3 against the darts, putting him within a leg of getting through into the second round. Double 10 for Chisnall. And he gets it. You might say he gets away with it, and he's 5-3 ahead in a match which very easily he could have been 5-3 down, but I wonder if Artut at the back of his mind is still agonising over that missed double 11.
100%.
43.
Damage behind him, kicking on.
Well, yeah, I can assure you his mindset would have been, oh, well, that's this game over, and he's just literally just gone through the motions. Now he's thought about it. Hang on. If I can win this leg, and sort of overthought himself.
Averages don't really tell the story of a match which has had a lot of twists and turns.
Yeah, the percentage on finishing 5 out of 13 for Chisnall and 3 out of 10 for Artut. It says it all. That's why the numbers are a bit low.
That's improving him. And it's left him on the 120. Shanghai to keep himself alive.
Love a 140 here, Chisnall.
100. Jyhan, you require 120.
Probably the most seen finish.
Now then. Oohs and ahs. But Chisnall's a long way back. 160.
It's doable. For a bloke that hit so many treble 20s, this is more than doable. Not now.
It's not quite been there today, though, Chris, has it, by his own very high standards.
81. Jyhan, you require 20.
Double 10.
Neither of them were convincing.
Sort of snuck in. Keeps it alive. He's got the darts. 5-4 down. Artut. Well, if he
Scuffed
takes
it into the corner.
Takes this, it's all going to be down to whose nerve holds.
59.
Tension.
Yeah.
He knows that a 15 darter would have made life pretty difficult for Chisnall.
Yep, 15 darter in any of these next 2 legs wins it.
Something which he could do repetitively on the practice board, do it in his sleep when he needs it. It's just not there. And Chisnall, with the experience, with the know-how, with the big match experience, crucially, is taking the advantage in a leg which could be the last one.
Yep, 121 in front in a leg that Artut started. And he's thrown 6 darts and scored. Well, 9 darts. 60. And now scored 179.
Chizzy looking to put him to sleep with a trademark speciality second 180 of the match, getting it just when he needed it.
That was the blow.
100.
So, for the match, 19s. Double 12 he requires for the match. Oh, it was a good marker, but the adjustment too much.
Favourite doubles, double 18. He's not going to go for the ball for his last start. Why don't you go treble 15, double 18? If he hits a 15, treble 10's above it to leave the 36.
Well, that'd be a question which maybe you can raise with him later on.
Yeah.
Double 6 for the match. And he gets it. He's through to a second round meeting with Ian White. Artut had terrific chances, but he missed a key double opportunity with that all-important double 11. And Chisnall, he hung on in there, and he got the big scores when he needed them in the final leg, and taking it by 6 legs to 4 into round 2.
Well, you could really see the look of relief on Dave Chisnall's face to get over the line there. 6-4 in the end, the last 3 legs going against the throw. But he looked under pressure there, Dave, not really that confident of what he was doing. And of course, that was giving Jyhan Artut a little bit of belief.